This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
There's a very funny podcast, The Grey Cricketer, and they recently just had Mitch Marsh on. Mitch Marsh is an Australian cricketer and has done really, really well. He was talking about the celebrations when they won the World Cup in 2023. And the boys were asking about the celebrations because when India won the World Cup, Kate, the whole country went into meltdown. Like, the ticker tape parade that they received was crazy. So they were asking Mitch Marsh about when they were in India in 2023 and they won the World Cup, when he came back to Australia, what the celebrations were like.
In India, you would have seen the scenes. When Australia won the World Cup in 2023 in India, do you remember the same scenes coming back home?
I landed back in Perth at about 9 a.m. and my wife was at work. So I just walked down to my local pub. I waited for it to open out the front. Then I walked in. I had a couple of pints just by myself. And then two random blokes came and sat next to me. And they were talking about the team of the tournament for the World Cup. and I've turned around and thought I was stiff, boys. And they have completely wigged out. They're like, what are you doing here? And I said, I just won a World Cup. What do you think I'm doing? And then it got weird and I left.
Drinking by himself.
So he
complete opposite.
Arrived back into Australia and had a couple of pints by himself at a pub and started having
no one even at the airport to collect him.
Oh, I had to ask a good friend of ours on this show, and one man who has won numerous Ashes and saved this country so many times, Brett Lee. Binger, welcome to the show, buddy.
Good morning, you lovely people. How are we?
Good to have you on, mate.
Binger, celebrations that you've had over the years. I mean, you've been over to Jamaica and you've been everywhere around the world. Can you some of the celebrations that you've had?
I think Steve Waugh once was quoted saying we've won everything but the Davis Cup, and that was obviously tongue-in-cheek, of course. No, look, I think for us, if you want to keep on the World Cup sort of theme, it was after we won the semi-final, and Jimmy Marr, the great Queenslander, he got up and did the worm on the bar and broke this amazing bar, this glass bar, so we had to get there pretty quickly.
Jimmy's very cheeky.
Can I ask, though, like, when you look at India, the way they embraced you, and cricket on a whole, I mean, we understand their love, but the way they embraced you in particular and their love and demand for you to be in Bollywood films, what was the first point where you realised that, as a nation, they wanted more Brett Lee?
It was 1994, so I've been going there for 30 years.
Yeah.
And in 1994, I heard this song called Muqabala, which is a Hindi song, a Bollywood sort of theme song. And the tuk-tuk driver, because back then we didn't have fancy cars, we were in the back of a tuk-tuk with our cricket bag going on the ground. And I bought the cassette tape off him for about 1,000 rupees. He stitched me up big time, but hey, I got a good song out of it.
That is an amazing story. I love it.
And that's when you went, I love this music. I love India. This is awesome.
Actually, Binger, we might be able to have a beer with you tonight. Are you playing the Rudy Hugh RSL tonight? Is that correct? The Sydney Coliseum?
Yeah, we are. So we kick off at 7 p.m. It's a nice little sort of collaboration of Australia versus India. We're going to do a preview of the first test. We've got guys like Davey Warner coming down, Mark Ward, Taylor, Brad Haddon.
Awesome.
And then we close the show with 6 and Out, gentlemen.
Love it.
6 and Out.
Awesome.
Playing some tunes.
Well, Binger, can we give away some doubles? Are you all right? Are you okay with that?
Why don't we give, because we're 5 members of 6 and Out, why don't we give away 5 double passes and 5 signed cricket bats by all the VIPs there tonight?
What?
And invite some people down to watch it.
You're a gun. All right, 13,
Love
20,
it.
14 if you'd like to go. But if you want tickets, go to ticketek.com.au. It's the Summer of Cricket preview. It's at the City Coliseum at the Rudy Hugh RSL tonight. Binger, have a great night. Thank you so much, brother.
We'll sit down there for a beer.
No
Thanks,
worries.
mate.
See you, Brett.
Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie is a Nova podcast. For more great shows like this, download the Nova Player via the App Store or Google Play.
The Nova Player.